Hey Bugsy, why don't you review Reboot the Guardians Code? You reviewed the first one. Because Ansakamaru, I don't want that pain. I'm gonna do my OKKL review. I gave myself a few weeks to let it pass and wash over me, but we're gonna do that on the website because YouTube is very touchy. But no, I don't want to review Guardians Code. I don't want my brain to die. And I just become this. I don't, then I just become Jimmy the Idiot Boy. I'm gonna be like, I don't want that. Oh my god, and oh, why is it so bad though? Because, man, because no one is stopping the creator and saying, "Hey, this is not what the fans wanted. I know you want your freaking kid to feel like he's a part of the show and stuff, but there's another Enzo there's another Enzo in like reboot after freaking the Enzo we know becomes Matrix. It's like that's the thing that gets on my nerves. Like, dude, you could have totally picked this up where it left off, and you literally just didn't want to. And then you make us all look like basement dwellers because, oh, God forbid, we wanted an actual reboot show, not a goddamn ripoff of like two other shows, which is one Canada show and one free and Cold Lyoko, which I'm like. So basically, you were ripping off two things, and you decided, hey, my kid's gonna love this. I mean, it's cool if you want to do a show for by your kid, something that he can relate to. It's cool. But you could have still done that if you would have just gave us a direct continuation of reboot. I mean, having Dot cower behind Enzo was kind of eh. I mean, but we could take it as like actually we can't because basically the dark sorcerer, whatever his fucking name is, sorcerer, dark code, whatever his fucking name is, was all like, I like how he's a hacker, right? But like when fucking Megabyte was like, "Is that Bob?" And this man's like, "Who's Bob? I'm the one that brought you back." Like, dude, like you should be asking, who the fuck is Bob, and can he stop my fucking plan? Don't like that should have been his fucking that should have been his like freaking oh, tell me more about this, Bob. I think and I think you can make Sorcerer a little bit more darker and a little bit more creepy. I mean, you made him sort of creepy, but he's about as creepy as a hobo. He's about as creepy as a fucking hobo that you just find in the middle of the street, and he's just like, like you stay away from him because he don't look like the kind of down on his look hobo. He look like the kind of hobo that will fucking bite your ear off, you know. But like, it's just and the fact that he's Megabyte's bitch, and this still bugs me to this very day because every time I think about it, it just pisses me off because Megabyte had this Trojan virus that made him like the most scariest motherfucker in mainframe, and everybody was literally scared because he could be anybody. But then they rewritten him and put him back into square one, gave him a new body and shit, and I was like, so all that coolness, all that build up is for nothing. But Mary Dot is just scared. Mary Dot was scared because maybe, and it's just me, Bugsy. Maybe they figured out how to fix Megabyte from the time of the end of the end of reboot to the beginning of Guardians Code, and then we find out that Mainframe is just on this old computer and shit, and he's the one who made the Guardians and shit. It's, but but okay, okay, you do have a point on Sagamore. You do have a point, but okay, then why were why? So it wasn't the guy who was putting in games. It was that dude. The big old basement with dweller dude was actually putting in games, and everybody got into that. So he was just hijacking another person's computer to play games. Yep. And that just irritates me more because it just wasn't well written out. It was just written to be like this Cole Lyoko knockoff, like Diet Cole Lyoko. It's not like when it could have been like a sparkling water trying to pretend to be an orange soda. It tastes the same. You can barely taste the difference, but in your heart it's different. But it's samey enough to where you're like, okay, they have a bunch of different stuff, but still caters to both new and old fans. Like, I just didn't like how it's a reboot, but then again, it's also a sequel, but kinda and kinda not. And hexadecimal because hexadecimal is less scary, and I kind of miss when she was like flirty with Bob. I mean, that was something. What about all those scenes? We're watching reboot as we're talking to you guys. But we remember the time freaking when they restrained hexadecimal, and like one dude was like, "It's like she likes it, sir." Yes, don't think about that. And Megabyte's like, "Yes, don't think about that too hard." I'm just, man, like I'm watching reboot right now, and I'm just thinking to myself, where did the creator go wrong with this? Where did the creator go wrong with Guardians Code? I don't want to review it because I watched a few episodes and I was like, fuck no. Like I know a friend of mine who me and my friend Nick, were trying to get him to watch Steven Universe. He couldn't do it. So so and he got persuaded not to watch it because one person was like, "Nah, don't watch it because of that one dude's video." But like, I couldn't watch it because it literally because Steven Universe isn't connected to anything. Reboot the Guardians Code is, and it irks the fuck out of me because it answers questions I never wanted answered, and it does a piss poor job at everything. It sucks as a show on its own, and it sucks as a continuation reboot because there's just a lot of inconsistencies that don't make fucking sense. Okay, you can't just push the fucking reset button and be like, well, I kind of like this and this from from the old from reboot when the focus was on Dot and Bob and Enzo. So I'm gonna bring them in and not explain everything that happened to them thus far, and ergo pushing the reset button on them. That's what I hate. That's what I absolutely hate and loathe about the whole thing. You couldn't just decide whether to be a fucking reboot, you know, like an actual like with a rebooted continuity, or just stick with the continuity you had. You had to play both sides. And I know a lot of you have been asking me to review Guardians Code, and I just don't want to I don't want to put myself through it like I did with season one. Everything in season one is just so fucking annoying. And season two doesn't look any better. I hate fucking. I hate Sorcerer so much. Like as a villain, he's just so ineffectual. He's just like because like like say if it was reversed and Sorcerer was able to come. Okay, this is the only way I'll watch season 2. If like Sorcerer actually says like I can do your job better, and he actually figures out a way to go inside the go inside the internet, right? Or wherever they are relative, and then like Megabyte has an idea and he just says, you know what? Since you've been trying to basically delete me, and now you're here, I'm gonna stop you. I'm gonna keep you here, so you don't try to come. So you don't try to delete me. Like let do everything that Megabyte is. The thing is, Megabyte's a crafty motherfucker who will sell you out. Who will fucking sell you out if it me if it means if you're in his way, or it just gives you more reason not to trust him. So I can't accept that Megabyte is gonna just I can't accept that Megabyte would just roll over for this dude, because they just flipped to an episode where Megabyte said an evilist, where everybody wants to go over and stay with the mainframe inhabitants, but Megabyte has them all in has the group of these like I can't the mainframians or whatever they're called. Wait a minute, they're bionomes or whatever they're called, and and basically like Megabyte has them in fear because most bionomes are afraid of Megabyte, and he has them under constant fear, and he ain't scared of killing them if he's got to. And y'all can't tell me that Sorcerer that sort like if Megabyte could, don't give me that. Don't say like, well, Bugsy, how would make like you sure make Megabyte wouldn't double cross him? Nah, Megabyte would. Old school Megabyte, he'd figure out a way, and he would totally screw with Sorcerer or Dark Code or whatever his fucking name is, and he would have been like, you know what? We're gonna figure out a way around this. And he was kind of doing that with his own little lair in one of the little games, which was Megabyte enough. But you can't tell me this man was not like. You can't tell me that Megabyte wasn't like that. Megabyte wouldn't be thinking, "Oh, I'm gonna figure out a way to double cross you because no one, and I mean no one, takes control of me." You can't honestly tell me that Megabyte wasn't thinking that, or he could have been thinking that, because this Megabyte is so fucking submissive. It's sad, because again that is we go from a Megabyte that is motherfucking threatening, who can beat anybody or anything, and we wouldn't all know about it. That's what makes it scary, because you don't know who to trust, to a Megabyte that's like, yes, sir. It's just sad. And I'm just thinking about this because I just decided, oh, I want to, Reboots on Shell Factory TV, and I might just want to sit back and watch me some. And I'm just so angry at the Guardians Code. Like, no, anger doesn't even describe how mad I am about it. But, I'm gonna, see you guys later. Anzukamura, you got something you want to say? Actually, yeah. People, if you're going to reboot something, reboot it all the way. You know, give the kids today a new story, but Don't half-heartedly throw Bob. Don't half-heartedly throw characters from the previous thing you're rebooting just to gain favor with the fans. Because if you're gonna reboot something, reboot it. Reboot it all the way with your own ideas, your own stuff. But pay, but pay, but pay home, but pay homage. Pay homage to the shows that came before. Don't make fun of it like Teen Titans Go and She-Ra. You fucking, you fucking respect it because without your show, because without the old show, your show wouldn't exist. Always keep that in mind. And if we could say something to the person who created Guardians Code, I hope it was worth it. I hope for you, we hope for you that bastardizing everything we love was worth it. I hope your kid liked it. I hope your kid that you made that for really enjoyed it because honestly, none of us are. And we totally aren't. And we were really hopeful for this. We were hoping that it would be a continuation, that Megabyte would be a Trojan virus still, pretending to be binomes and shit. And was like and was like, just probably being part of the main character's friends, only to reveal that he was Megabyte the whole entire time. And maybe he like may disposed of Matrix, probably not killing him, or may Andrea and him and Frisket are like all like scattered, and the second season's all about trying to find them. Kind of a it would be kind of a reverse of them trying to find Bob when you're trying, but basically you're trying to find them. That would work. And may the Guardian, and may the Guardians, maybe the Guardians, and maybe the Guardians would be the ones to try and find them alongside Bob and Dot and maybe the other Enzo. Who knows? That would have worked. Well, what you have here is just Code Lyoko done wrong. These are my true last thoughts on Reboot the Guardians Code. And to the creator, again, I just hope it was worth it. I hope your kid at least enjoyed it. Because I know me and the other fans did not. Well, I hope the kids of today actually enjoyed it. I hope they at least found some entertainment out of it. Because honestly, the old fans, peace, everybody.